Today on Echo Productions, we block stuff like Harry Potter.
Just do it. I'll block it. But the neighbors. Move Leonardo. No, Protego. I told you. Yeah. Uh-oh. I got this. Wait. No.
So today we are going to be doing the force field or the Protego effect, because I got a request from Jazzy Lev who asked, Echo Productions, can we do the energy sealed effect from Lab Rats? So, to answer your question, yes, Jazzy. Now I know the actual effect you saw is a little different than the one from Lab Rats, but I will explain at the end how to make it look just like the one from the show. If you're interested in seeing the effect from the show, I'll put a link in the description. It's only about 6 seconds long, so make sure to check that out. I'm not showing it here because I don't have permission and I don't like getting sued. So yeah, let's get into it. So you can see here I'm in a new comp, but I've already made the effect. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna turn off all the layers, except for the background layer with the just main footage. So there, now it's just my actor saying her line, and then the spell, and my other actor reacting to shoot. First things first, we need to add the force field thing. So we're gonna turn back on our force field layer. And I have to turn on the camera because I had to push mine back in 3D space, but you probably won't need to do this. To do this, you need to create a new plane, new black plane, and then turn on, add the effect fractional noise, and then turn the opacity down to about 45%. In the fractional noise effect, you can choose whatever you want for your seed, but what you're going to need to do is keyframe your seed at the beginning of about, I'm going to put mine at 8, and then at the end keyframe it at 10, so it moves just a little bit. Then go to the sub settings and set your sub levels to 2, influence to 45%, and scale to 45% or so as well. Then you're going to need to add the sphere effect. In After Effects, this is CC Sphere. Turn on the sphere effect, and it converts into the small force field shape. This still doesn't really look good, so I'm going to add a blur, just a small blur. Go to the blurs, set the iterations to 1 and the radius to 0.5. Just add blurs at a tiny bit. Then I need to go add a new layer, add a grade layer. Go to your grade layer. In the control panel for your grade layer, you're going to need to add the effect displacement. After Effects, this is turbulent displace. When you add the effect, it ends up making your whole video look really funny. Turn your horizontal and vertical displacement to luminance and set the max horizontal displacement to 160 and the vertical to 90. Then you're going to go and need to add a mask just around the sphere area you made earlier. My mask doesn't really fit the whole area, and then you need to feather it a ton so that it ends up being softer edges. So now if I was just to click away, you can see it ends up displacing just the area that I masked. Then you want to add a new black plane. 1920 by 1280 is fine. Then add the light flares effect. I've already made mine here, but I chose chromatic hoop, turned off the flares and rays, set hotspot to 1.36 brightness and 0.52 of scale, but this depends on how close up you are on your wand. Then turn the blend mode of the layer to add, and there you go, you've got this light on the end of your wand. You're going to need to go frame by frame and position it on the tip of the wand by keyframing. You could track it, but it takes longer. So now that you've got this tip on the end of your wand, basically repeat the same steps for a new plane, and go to this new plane, add the same light flare effect, but turn your scale and intensity much higher. I put my scale at almost 2000 this time. It brightens your effect a lot more and gives the feeling that the layer is actually giving off light. So that's basically all you have to do. You're almost done with your effects. Next, you need to mask out the rounded back because this is a shield effect, not really a force field. You need to not have the whole thing. So there, I'm just gonna turn on my layer with the mask. You can see my mask here. It's just this rough shape, but feathered a bunch. You want to feather this a ton so that the edges aren't hard and funny looking. So we're going to animate the disappearance first. You're going to go, and I've made another mask on this layer, which just starts off back here. It's not doing anything, but then I keyframe the path and a position, and go frame by frame, moving it across the frame and a little bigger so that it covers the back too. Because otherwise, you'd end up seeing a bunch of area open over here. Next, we need to basically do the same thing for the appearance. Made another layer here. Just have it keyframe the opposite way and just slide out of the way. All you have to do is you can just end the layer when it gets out of the way. I just moved mine out of the way for now. With all that done, just export and you should have this.
Protego!
So making it look like the clip from the show is actually easier than the way I've done it, but I wanted to make a more universal effect. All you need to do is, instead of putting a displacement on the grade layer, add a blue neon glow. Next, you would need to turn your fractional noise down till it's barely there, it's just giving shape to the effect. And for the lightning when the shield closes, just go to the Particles and Electricity effect and choose the lightning effect. Add it to a black plane, set the blend mode of the plane to add, duplicate and mask like crazy till it fills it all out. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments section below, and if there's anything else you'd like to learn, also make sure to request it in the comments below. That's all for today. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos every Monday. Click here to subscribe.